going on, Jerome's? Happy Monday. Sun is shining, birds are chirping and stuff, and your Minnesota Fighting Vikings are ready to beat the Chicago Bears' ass on Monday Night Football. Dun, 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 dun. Right in the grill of Buck and Aikman. F them, man. Good times. But also good times was our Jerome's meetup on Sunday afternoon. It was great meeting about a dozen Jerome's. It's fantastic, man, because I have no idea how this channel reaches people. I assume that every single view that we get is actually just like a robot or like cats or something like that. I'm really big in the cat community. Actually, they're just trying to get a glimpse of Sylvie walking around there. But awesome, completely humbling, and love this community. Love the viewers. Love the Jeromes. Love everyone, man. So diving on in. So I feel like we haven't mocked the crooked Chicago Bears like we should have in this week leading up to the game. I mean, Thanksgiving definitely threw a wrench in things, but the crooked Chicago Bears, remember when they could have drafted Patrick Mahomes, but then traded up to 2 for Mitchell Trubisky-Ponder, and also Ryan Poles, the airbag, saying like, "Oh, we're going to take back the division and never give it back. Look at me, blah 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 blah." And he an Eberflusy IKEA toilet, but he looks like. He looks like a Vegas performer trying to pull off a Jack Nicholson. Wait, no. I always get confused. Jack Nicholson is the actor and the Lakers fan, and Jack Nicklaus is the golfer, right? Pretty sure that's right. And also, remember, reason 9,572 why people should never be allowed to vote on anything. Remember when the players voted Justin Fields number 86 ahead of Kirk Cousins? No big deal. And also, Fields, you kind of feel bad for Fields, man. And also, you look at C.J. Stroud, the way that he's shaking off the Ohio State quarterback stigma. Yeah, Justin Fields didn't do anything to help that. But it's okay. Hey, the Bears are going to draft Caleb Williams, and then Kwesi's going to pick up Justin Fields for a swap of 2029 7th-round picks. Mama, I can change him sort of deal. So it's going to be Cousins or Dobbs, and Jaron Hall, and Justin Fields, and rookie TBD. Maybe Jaden Daniels. Who knows? Man. But, Monday night, our guy Eli Corba is absolutely on one again. This looks good. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. Also, so that's quite a bit of topography for local Minnesota. So that's either on 61 on the way down to Winona, God's country, or the Driftless area where I grew up. Because I grew up in the only corner of the state that has mountains. And by mountains, I mean bluffs. And by bluffs, I mean gentle rolling hills. There you go. But the Vikings, yes, Monday Night Football, and they will be donning the throwback uniforms again. A bajillion %. Those should be the full-time uniforms, and I will die on this hill. But also, Vikings probably going to be without superstar receiver Justin friggin' Jefferson for another week. Jeremy Fowler, ESPN Go. Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson, questionable hamstring, is not expected to play Monday night versus Bears per South. Vikings will give him the bye week. He'll be a big part of the team's playoff push over the final 5 games. So basically, he got dinged up in the Chiefs game, went on IR for Bears, Niners, Packers, Falcons, was eligible to return for Saints, Broncos, and Bears. But if he sits out this one, he gets an extra week with a bye. So that gives him a full 2 months for the hamstring. And if that's what it takes to get to 100%, that's what it takes to get to 100%, and that's where I'm at right now. And the last 5 games at Raiders, winnable. At Bengals, winnable now. We'll get to the Bengals. And then 2 games against the Lions. If JJ is 100% for those, definitely gives them a huge chance to win. Also, someone who would have given the Vikings a huge chance to win. So Kyle Hamilton of the Ravens is all pro, all world, all everything. The pride of Notre Dame, who was a mid-round draft pick. Not mid-round, mid-first round draft pick back in 2022. And yes, the Vikings could have taken Kyle Hamilton at 12. Yes, they could have taken Jordan Davis at 12, but they traded down to 32, took Lewis Seen. Seen got hurt and has been a bit of a non-factor so far. And it's kind of rough. Man. But Henry Lake, our guy, Lake Show, WCC, also formerly a K-fan, he put out the Vikings passing on Kyle Hamilton in the draft. This is during Sunday Night Football. By trading back doesn't get talked about enough. So Lake is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like we're obviously specialists, right? We talk about football, talk a little bit of Liverpool, we talk a little bit of baseball, we talk a little bit of basketball, but we're basically a football channel, and not really a football channel. But that's our lane. But guys like Lake or national guys who have to talk about every single sport and every single team, I understand how things can get lost. But to say that the Vikings fan base, especially on social media, doesn't whine about Lewis Cine and comparing him to Kyle Hamilton at every single turn, that's just incorrect. I mean, it's literally the only thing that Vikings fans talk about. So, Kyle Hamilton would have been fantastic, but it sort of is what it is. But also, I understand why people keep harping on this or keep complaining about the Lewis Cine pick, because it doesn't change anything. And you pissing and moaning about it ain't going to change the past. So stop dwelling on things you can't control. Focus on the present, and the future, man. Also, the present and the future, Garrett Bradbury is looking pretty damn good right now. Center Garrett Bradbury is allowing pressure on 1.9% of pass plays this season, by far the lowest rate of his career. This is from PFF Minnesota Vikings. His previous best was 5% during his rookie season. Now, this is fully jinxing Garrett Bradbury, and he's probably going to give up 10 pressures and 3 sacks tonight. Hopefully not, but knocking on all the wood. Grim Reacher, I mean, this was the potential that he had as a first-round pick back in the day, coming out of NC State. Go Wolfpack. And I'm glad that Bradbury finally achieved it. I mean, for 3 years, it was rough. Like, he was statistically and analytically the worst center in the National Football League, but he held on to his job because he was a first-round pick. But last year, the Vikings didn't pick up his fifth-year option, but with Cooper and Riscotti and Wes Phillips and Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi, he's done phenomenal. And he was rightfully extended this offseason. He's a top 7, top 8 center, and that's perfectly fine. And could he take the mantle from Jason Kelce as the undersized center who could? It's possible, man. Continues to get better and better. Someone who doesn't continue to get better and better is Josh Allen. Now, this is unfair because Josh Allen actually played a pretty decent game against the Eagles, and the officials, it's not been a banner year for NFL officiating, but, I mean, the non-call of the horse collar and then calling of the intentional grounding is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Also, A.J. Brown's fumble was a fumble. But either way, the Bills, I mean, the Bills could have done the Vikings a solid and humbled the Eagles a little bit, knocked them down a peg or two. And the Vikings probably don't have dreams of getting the 1 seed, but I don't know. Like anytime a team above the Vikings loses, I mean, that's a good day. But Bills could not get it done. It's unfortunate, and you could see the writing on the wall. I mean, as soon as the Bills and Gabe Davis and Josh Allen had that miscommunication, they didn't score a touchdown, it was over. Like, Jalen Hurts was going to march down and put up 6, and it was over. But, I mean, Josh Allen, so this is hilarious, is 0-6, including playoffs, in his career in overtime games. Now, obviously, that's not all on him, but hashtag QB wins. And also, they literally changed overtime rules because of the Bills. And the Bills still can't get it done. Speaking of not getting it done, so Jake Browning, former Vikings Rona night practice legend, former Vikings backup, currently with the Bengals, now taking over with Joe Burrow on IR because the Bengals are cheap and they had no better options. So he had... This wasn't like shade, but it could be construed as shade. So Vikes fan page, Bengals starting quarterback Jake Browning, and this is before Sunday. Quote, I've been in this offense in Cincinnati for a while. It's not a Josh Dobbs situation where I'm showing up on a Tuesday, get thrown in on Sunday. I know the offense, end quote. Congratulations. Now, I understand, like, he was talking about more of his situation and not really throwing Dobbs under the bus, but keep the Pashnot's name out your damn mouth. That's all I got to say. And plus, I mean, you should win at home against a division rival, right? Especially when you're dueling against Kenny Pickett. I mean, I know that Matt Canada's gone, and the Steelers actually had 400 yards of offense, but they still only scored 16 points. But, I mean, Jake Browning, 19-26 for 227, a tutty, a pick, 4 sacks, 96.2 quarterback rating. On paper, it doesn't look that bad, but, I mean, first off, his touchdown was wide open, sure. And also, he threw about 4 or 5 interceptable balls that the Steelers just didn't come down with. And the one big catch that Jamar Chase had was off a deflection. So, okay, hey, congratulations for knowing the offense. You still look like ass, thank you, and your team still lost. Plus, you had a strip sack. So, other than that, you look really good. Congratulations. And, hey, guess what? Hey, Jakey, come out and play. Vikings versus the Bengals Week 15. Bring that on. Bring. Hey, we'll see who's prepared. Hey, Josh Dobbs will be in this offense for like 6 weeks. You've been in it for multiple years, and we'll see who plays better during that game. Ciao, please. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Vikings getting it done tonight. Monday Night Football. Let's go, babe. But that's it. Your thoughts are our thoughts. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.